Hello everyone, this is Rajiv S. Khanna for immigration.com, the law offices of Rajiv S. Khanna PC. I wanted to talk with you folks about requirements for naturalization for people who get their green card based upon employment and then have to stay outside USA for a certain period of time. The Many of the criteria here are common to people who have obtained their green card through any other method, such as through marriage or through political asylum. So pretty much it's the same law, but I wanted to focus primarily on people who have gotten employment-based green cards because those are the inquiries I received the most, and I didn't want to miss anything. Because N-470 typically does not apply to people in non-employment situations, except for missionaries. I'll get to that in a second. So first of all, let's look at the requirements for somebody to get naturalized in USA. So what are the normal requirements? Right here. You must have received your green card approval 5 years ago. Actually, it's a little bit more complicated than that. You can apply 90 days before your 5th year anniversary of green card. In case you got your green card through marriage, then it's 3 years when you're married to a US citizen. And after that, you must have stayed in USA for at least 30 months physically, 2.5 years, half the time. You should not have visited USA for a year or more. If you go outside USA for a year, your green card is gone. It's difficult to get it back, not impossible. But what you have to do is if you end up staying for a year or more outside USA, you have to go to the consulate and convince them that you have not abandoned your US permanent residence or green card. And you do that through a process called SB1, or also known as returning resident permit. I'm not going to get into that into much detail, but just to give you an idea, if you are outside for 1 year or more, for naturalization purposes, you have to start your 5 years all over again, except in the following two circumstances, I-131 and 470, which are these. I'll get to that in a second as well. So, physical presence of 2.5 years, no visit outside USA for a year or more, and any visit outside USA for 6 months or more, but less than 1 year, you will have to explain why were you gone that long. So this is for people who have not filed these special forms called N-131, I-131, or N-470. Okay. I also want to make a quick note of I-131 and N-470. What is an I-131? It's the same form you used for filing for advanced parole when you are in need of advanced parole during your adjustment of status. It's also the same form you used for protecting your green card through a process called re-entry permit. So you use I-131 to apply for re-entry permit, which is typically given for 2 years at one go. And you can get that extended depending upon the circumstances. Basically, I-131 tells the government, look, I'm not abandoning my permanent residence. I'm just going outside temporarily. Okay. Once you file the I-131, things change for naturalization purposes. Did you stay outside USA for 1 year continuously? If you did, ordinarily, if you had not filed I-131, you would have to start 5 years all over again if you have not lost your green card. You would have even lost your green card. But if you file the I-131, you don't lose your green card, and you also get a respite of about 1 year. So when you come back, you have to establish your US residence for 4 years and 1 day instead of 5 years, and apply after you have accumulated physical presence in USA for 2.5 years. So it gives you 1 year off from those 5 years. That's an advantage of I-131. It protects your green card as much as humanly possible. There's more to it. I would always advise you to talk with a lawyer before you take any steps of going outside USA for an extended period of time. And it also shortens the time of 5 years that you would have to otherwise accumulate for naturalization. Did you stay outside USA for 1 year continuously after 131? No. If the answer is no, then these same requirements that apply to normal people will apply to you. Physical presence of 30 months, no visit outside USA for a year or more, 6 months or more will have to be explained. And then comes N-470. This is one of those very tricky, strange forms. It's applicable to a certain group of people. I would strongly encourage you to read up on the instructions on N-470. They are pretty informative. The way this works is if you're going to work for a US company abroad, and again I'm talking about employment context, there are other reasons N-470 can be filed. Read the instructions. What N-470 does is it allows you to stay outside USA for a year or more and not have a break that will restart your 5 years all over again. Let me explain. So let's say I filed I-131 N-470. I do it together. Usually, most cases, we do both forms together. When you file I-130 N-470 together, let's say you stayed outside USA for 1.5 years. Now, normally, when you come back, you have to start that 5-year period all over again because you were outside USA for a year. Or in case of I-131, you'll have to start the 4-year 1-day period all over again. But N-470 says we forgive your stay outside USA for 1 year or more for naturalization purposes. We don't forgive your requirement of 30 months of physical presence, but it stops the discontinuity that would normally restart the 5-year clock or the 4-year 1-day clock after having stayed outside USA for 1 year. So it's a clock stopping device. It's a very good device. Now one problem though, N-470 has a very strange requirement. You must have at least 1 year anywhere during your stay in USA as a green card holder where you did not travel outside USA for even 1 day. Makes no sense to me. I don't know why it is there, but it's there. Go figure. But keep this in mind. I hope this has been informative. I had told one of our posters, somebody had posted a comment on immigration.com wanting to know more about this, and I told them that I'll record something, but I've had some technical issues. They're working on our website, developing some new material that will make it easier for us to post our videos. I hope to be doing this a lot more, and I'll continue to do so. Thank you for being here, and I hope to speak with you very soon.